what's up?
What's up? Yo, sorry I'm late.
No, it's all good.
No,
We just got
all
in
good.
here,
I was late too. Yeah,
and I was just playing Sifu, hanging out anyway, so
Oh, nice.
we've been good. But yeah, really, uh, Pritch, what do you still have your YouTube channel? You can say it to the
yeah.
5 YouTube subscribers that we have if you want.
Two,
you,
two of
you're
them are here,
you're
so
probably you're one of them. Yeah. But thanks for coming on and uh, joining us in our Castlevania Symphony of the Night book club.
Yeah,
So yeah, I never played a Castlevania game before, and I did start it recently, and I'm liking it a lot. So, but you are pretty familiar with these games, right, Pritch?
actually, no. I
Oh, okay.
played one of the Game Boy games, the Game Boy Advance games. When it came out.
oh, really?
So like 20 years ago. But
Yeah.
um, even that, I don't think I finished.
Do you remember
I
which one it
probably
was?
was pretty. No, I don't think I would. I have the Game Boy Advance collection on my Switch,
Yeah, yeah,
but even then, like I was like, oh, I'll start with the one that I know, and
yeah,
they all look the same to me,
yeah.
so I
They
have
all
no
do look
clue.
pretty similar. I had never played any of them either, but I bought that Castlevania Advance Collection because I think they shadow dropped it during a direct, and
Yeah,
can't help myself when Reggie's talking.
right.
So I bought that and I tried Aria of Sorrow and I really really liked it. I had a great time with it. It was just like cool bosses, cool RPG mechanics. I like the aesthetic, but did not try either of the other two.
What were the
Yeah,
well, because this game has a lot of RPG aesthetics in
Yeah,
it too, and I didn't expect that. I
for
kind of
sure.
thought it was going to be just your Metroidvania
Right.
arcade kind of deal.
Yeah.
But I really am digging the leveling up and the different gear that
right.
you can equip. The weapons alone really change everything, and there's lots of little hidden secrets it seems
My
with
understanding is that
combinations.
the adding of those RPG elements is really like what Symphony of the Night kind of brought to the franchise.
Hmm.
Because before that, I think you're right. It was much more kind of arcade platformer stuff.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
played
actually,
the
I do
originals.
think I've played one of the like part of one of the NES games where it was just straight like feels like a totally different series, just
Yeah, yeah.
arcadey. So yeah, I'm looking. I remembered some of the RPG stuff from whatever the game I played,
Yep.
and that's what when you guys said you were playing this, I was like, I'm in because that seems like I'll love it.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times with, and I had the trouble with this. I tried to start the game and died before I got to a save point, and so I have to start the game all over again and
That's
Yeah.
do a
what
whole long story intro.
that's what some
And
other people were
I
telling me. It was the worst part of it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I think that might have happened on Game Boy Advance collection, and
Uh,
I just was like, that's enough to turn me away, and I never went back.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
So,
I get you.
I was
a tough
like,
way to start.
I could use that push to like so many games I will not give more than like 30 minutes.
I
And if I'm not
completely
in
agree with
love,
that.
I
Yeah,
stop. So,
yeah,
I'm kind of excited to take it, a little bit further,
yeah.
really give it a chance.
I think that just tiny amount of additional pressure from my peers, it's good to get you through a
Yeah.
game that maybe has some old school kind of quirks and mechanics that make it a little harder to revisit.
Yeah, it's definitely helping me. Yeah, I want to show that
Yeah,
I can do it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
All
the other
right.
thing. I'm a little worried. Like I struggle to replay Super Metroid without looking up, what to do, and like,
Where to go?
a lot
Yeah.
of games like this. Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna try and give it my best, but I feel like it might hit a point where I'm like where I want to give up because I'm totally lost or struggling with the difficulty of a boss or something. So yeah, the pressure will be nice.
I
Yeah, the
think.
good thing is I got Rewind on my emulator,
Yeah.
so
Screw you. Get out
nothing
of
can
here.
stop me.
Edit that out.
Oh yeah,
No, I think we should be able.
um,
Well, like do not be afraid to. I don't think we should be afraid to ask each other for help You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah,
these
That's an
old games
interesting
were all
way.
were all
Yeah.
about. You know what I mean? It's not a competition per se. You know what
I
I mean?
like that idea of, kind of asking for help before just Googling it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
kind of a
yeah.
fun thing. Yeah.
right.
Especially with these
Yeah.
games where you're supposed to have a little struggle. But your
Right.
friend very
Yeah.
well back in the PlayStation
Mhm.
One days would have said, "No, go over there. You missed that." You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
exactly.
that's how I'm gonna
absolutely.
treat it. But yeah. Did you guys start it at all yet? It's
I
only been
actually
a
like
few days, but
literally just started it like 30 minutes ago.
oh, nice. So you got what'd you get into?
Not that I paused in the middle of a boss where a guy drops another guy on my head.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started it up. I think I played a good amount of it, but I don't think I'm halfway or
Yeah.
anything. But I have no
Yeah.
idea really to know. But um,
Totally.
yeah, it's been tough to the backtracking. I think at one point I did get stuck, and
Yeah.
I think I went around the whole castle as much as I could 2 times, and I was getting pretty frustrated. But I did end
Yeah.
up finding something eventually. But man, oh man,
Now, is
yeah.
that a good feeling or a bad feeling?
It's a bad
It's a
feeling
bad
for the
feeling, right?
most part, and I actually recorded some of the footage, so I might post it. And I'm just
Awesome.
I'm just
Yeah.
cursing the game pretty much the whole time. But then I was able to. It's like I'm just looking at the you're looking at the map. You're looking at the map, and you're looking for the little little spaces that are not filled in, and you
Yeah.
try
Right.
to you got to go you get a new power, you go back and you try to fill in more of the map and find more doors, and at some point it is tough to backtrack every time. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
is tough.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think like a little bit of backtrack, a little bit of confusion is fine with me.
Hmm.
And then like I was describing, how I got stuck in Mina the Hollower, where it's just
Oh,
like, oh, I have to fully backtrack the whole game. And now I feel
Combit.
stupid for having missed this thing.
yeah.
And there's no natural way for me to figure this out. So
Yeah.
it's sort of like that has happened to me in a lot of Metroidvanias where I'm like, is this really worth my time? Because
I know what you
you're
mean.
kind of like it's almost not a puzzle at that point. But
Totally. Yeah.
it's hard to gauge that, I have to assume, because when it is like, a couple hours of friction and then I figure it out, I feel amazing.
Mm-hmm. I think when the challenge is clear to you during however long it takes for you to overcome it, it feels good. When the challenge is only clear to you right at the end and then you
Yeah,
solve it immediately, you're like, well, what the hell? How was I supposed to
right,
know?
right.
I will say some of the greatest music in a video game I think I've heard. I might not remember it unless I hear it again, but it's
Yeah.
some funky beats for sure.
Yeah.
And something else that's interesting, it's along with the music, is just like it seems like such a timeless game. I would have thought that this could have been something that was put out this year
Mm,
with the art style
Right.
and the music. Again, some of the graphics even.
yeah.
It utilizes a little bit of 3D rendering in some spots. That's like it really adds a
Great
nice
boom.
little touch. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
when Alucard's moving around, his face,
Right.
that weird shadow behind him is just like super cool. I
I
feel
agree
like
with
it's
that.
kind of ahead of its time for a PlayStation game, but
Does anyone know what year it came out?
no, I think I can
Early
check it
90s?
out real quick.
Late 90s?
Probably late. Let's see.
Late
Symphony.
90s sounds right. I guess 98, 99.
I feel like the thing is the um,
97.
2D PlayStation games. Yeah, 97, that's pretty like yeah. I feel like it could be really any like you could have told me this was like the 80s, you could have told me this was now.
Right.
Would
It's
probably
so
believe
timeless.
anything because it
Yeah,
still kind of looks like a Super Nintendo game.
that's true.
And it like a lot of games just are doing that look now.
Yeah.
Right.
And like there was a Castlevania game, I think by name only. I'm sure nobody considered it part of the series, but I'm pretty sure I played it on N64. But it was like an early 3D game,
Oh,
and it was just awful.
okay.
And like
Oh,
that, I have to
yeah,
imagine is
the
the worst
64.
age,
Yeah.
game. And like every time I try to do an N64 game on the Nintendo Online, I feel the same thing. Like this is not.
64
nice to play.
yeah, 64 didn't
64.
hold up in a
Yeah.
lot of cases. Yeah, the rough
But
polygons.
when you're just kind of pushing forward a little bit what everybody was already doing
Yeah.
on TV, I feel like that's the stuff that stands out so much.
Absolutely. And lasts.
Yeah,
Lots of cool stuff that I did figure out that the game does tell you there are some like secret spells that in a menu that you can get there that unlock some funny button combinations like a Street Fighter combinations, left down upright stuff like that. So definitely when you're playing, make sure you use your blue mana bar. Is my
How are you
tip.
supposed to know that?
I don't know. I think the manual was supposed to tell you, because I'm telling you,
yeah,
nobody said anything in the text that I had like
We got to
magic
get
spells.
ourselves a manual.
And these spells are
right.
really good, and you can do
Yeah.
them right off the bat, and you just have to
Yeah.
practice the combination
That's
a little bit,
interesting.
or
Very
just
interesting.
spam it and do all the controls, and I'm sure you'll find a spell or
How about I just map it to a hotkey?
two. You could do that. Is that what these are for? Yeah, that's what these buttons are for,
Exactly. Exactly.
right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, really fun.
interesting because, like, it's half of the namesake of one of my favorite genres, and I've never played it. I've played Super Metroid before, but never played Castlevania of the Night. I feel like, when you play Hollow Knight or when you play, some other famous Metroidvania, there's like references to both of them that all I miss, all go over my head. So it'll be interesting to be
Hmm.
like,
Yeah,
oh, even when I did the backdash, I was like, oh, that's why Hornet turns around weird in Silk Song. I get it. That makes sense.
Or why, like that big purple axe is in like so many games. Mina,
Right.
one
yeah,
of them, yeah,
Right.
and it's
Yes,
the best.
exactly.
It's one of the. I think it's one of the best sub weapons
Yeah.
in all
Yeah.
the games. So that's funny too. Yeah, I had one more thing to say about it. Oh yeah, thinking about Hollow Knight and Silk Song. Yeah, it's like it's tough for me to get into these Metroidvania games. It's not my favorite genre, and again, we talked about how it helps to be playing it along with other people, just like
Mm,
working out or doing anything, whether you like it or not.
yeah.
But it's I was trying to. It's like it really just takes a special one to get me into it because I realized I really do like a lot of Metroidvanias. I love Hollow Knight and Silk Song, and I love like Animal Well. If you've ever never played Animal Well, Pritch,
Great game. Great
definitely
game.
check that one out. Um, and I don't mind backtracking. In fact, I love the feeling of when it's not laboring, like we talked about.
Yeah.
It is fulfilling. So it just takes a real special one, and this one might be this Castlevania one might be added to the list for sure.
That's
I think,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Does anyone have any other Metroidvania games they really like?
um,
I'd have to go through the
I don't
list,
know if
but
this
Yeah, off the top of
classifies as a Metroidvania, but I think it's close enough. But
yeah,
there's I think it's Steam World Dig 2.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That game, I probably played it 3 times.
Really?
And
Okay.
it's very easy. It's
Yeah,
never like like a lot of Metroidvanias I think are
challenging.
leaning
Yeah,
towards the harder side
I
now,
agree with that. Yeah.
and I like that. But like even Silk Song, it took me like my second try to get into it and
Yeah,
fully
yeah.
complete the game, and I like stopped partway through the third act and have to go back and do some stuff.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it's nice to have one that's super easy
I agree with
and
that.
just
Yeah.
kind of like the world feels nice. The like all of the ways you progress feel nice.
Yeah.
So that one I think is great.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. I think I might actually own it
what was
on
that one?
Switch. SteamWorld Dig 2?
Steam
I think
World
too.
Dig.
Yeah, the first Team World Dig is good as well, but
Yeah.
it's like way more simple and like incredibly short.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And basically, I think the second one they were like, "What if we turn that into a Metroidvania?"
Ah, I see. I
Neato.
see. Okay. Yeah,
Bold.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, yeah, I'm excited to keep playing. That's for sure.
Me too. Me too. Spent, 2.5 hours selecting the right CRT shader to put on the emulator. Now I can finally start playing.
I really have by sticking to being the console player, I've really done myself a disservice because I bought this collection that has
Oh,
it and another PS1 game, a Castlevania game, and I'm thinking, it's a PS5 game, so
Yeah.
it's got to have, you know, scalable size, selectable border, the CRT shader and everything. There's not a menu. There's no setting,
Jesus.
and it's like there's no. I was like, like maybe the rewind would be nice or save
Yeah.
state side
Yeah.
of the game. Nothing.
Nothing?
It is
Really?
just the game ported over to
Purist.
PS5. So
Wow.
I'm playing pure PS1 style,
That's
but
crazy.
looking, worse than it should on
On some,
regular
yeah, the
TV.
very middle of your
Yeah.
HDTV. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Wow. Yeah, they really are doing a lot to destroy trust over there. Working hard. That's very funny. I think our other friend Ray was playing it on original hardware. He has like the
Yep.
Oh wow.
PS1 hooked up to his computer. I think he's got like a little CRT as well, so
Crazy.
he's really living life.
I uh I never owned a PS1.
Oh, really?
So yeah. I mean I would have been able to play it on PS2,
Sure.
but even then I really was Nintendo all through that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
everything until or not until I never stopped, but I just slowly shifted
Yeah.
over to other stuff. And I went the wrong way because I went with the consoles instead of just getting a good PC.
Well,
We all got a console in the back somewhere. It's okay.
that's true. That's true.
But yeah, thanks for talking to us about it. Anybody, you got anything else to say? Anybody about
Just super
Metroidvania?
stoked for a little book club.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
great.
about time that we did something like this.
I agree with that.
First
I
of
agree
many
with
to
that.
come, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll just make them worse and harder games to get through with each iteration and force each other to get through, keep playing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, remember the most important thing is try not to take any damage while you're playing. All right. Thanks a lot. See you later.